All right, y'all. So 7, 5. We're still solving those equations, so that's why I've drawn these balance bars. But now if you notice, you have x's here and here on either side of the balance bar. You can't really work with it like this. So you're going to have to move things around, which is super easy. It's the same concept as doing that whole inverse operation. So this is a positive 3x. You're going to want to make a zero pair here. You can move either one. It doesn't matter. I typically try to move the one that's going to avoid making a negative, but you don't have to do it that way. You could subtract 3x, subtract 3x. You could subtract 7x, subtract 7x. I'm going to choose to subtract the 3x. So I'm going to do minus 3x from this side, minus 3x from this side. Now you want to make sure you've made a zero pair. So at 3x minus 3x makes this zero pair. So I'm left with 7 equals, so I have 7x minus 3x, that makes 4x, and then I still have the minus 5. So all I've done is basically moved all my x's from one side to another. You can't have x's on either side, so you kind of got to move them around so they're all on one side. So if you notice, now my x's are only on this side of the balance bar. And then I can just solve it. So I add 5, 12 equals 4x. I'm going to draw that line a little bit longer. Divide by 4, divide by 4. X equals 3. So now I know that my x equals 3, which means x is 3 on this side and on this side. So, pretty simple stuff. All right, let's do one more example. All right, so example 2, same concept. You notice that we have x's on both sides. We have a y here and a y here. We've got to move one. Doesn't matter which one. You can move the 6y, you can move the negative 8y. I'm going to choose to move the negative 8y because I just don't like having negatives, but you could minus 6y if you wanted. So to make this a zero pair, I'm going to have to add 8y. Add 8y because negative 8 plus 8 makes 0. So I'm left with negative 15 plus 16. Nope, sorry, 14. My bad. Plus 14y equals 13. So hopefully you understand that. I just added my 6 and my 8 to make 14, and then these make a zero pair. All right, so now you're going to add 15 because you got to make that zero pair. Add 15. Hopefully you did that. That becomes a 0. 14y makes 20. 13 plus 15 makes 28. Divide by 14. Divide by 14. Y equals 2. Hopefully you got 2. Any way you solve that, even if you had subtracted the 6y up here, it still would have worked. But the way I did it, y equals 2, you should get the same. I need you to do the 3 practice problems on the back and be ready to go. All right, guys. Watch it as many times as you need.